Alrighty, we are going to be talking about practical problems today. So I like doing the videos because I think they help really keep everybody at their own pace. That way, if you're not ready to move on and you need to re-watch something or ask me questions personally or individually, it's a lot easier for you to get help. And then if you are like totally understanding it, you can keep going and moving forward and you don't have to wait like for the rest of the class. So I think that videos are really helpful. So sometimes we'll do notes that way, such as today. I expect that you treat them the same way. You're filling in everything that I'm writing on my smartboard and applying your own knowledge to solve the questions. So here we go with practical word problems. So we'll start out with number 1. Number 1 says John and 2 friends went to the bowling alley. Altogether, they spent $11.50 on shoes, $23.75 for 2 games, $7.20 for snacks, and $2.85 on donuts. If the 3 friends split the bill evenly, how much does each person have to pay? Okay, so a few things to note here. We're really just adding up all of those totals first, okay? And we do get to use a calculator now. So we're going to add that up and see what we get. So go ahead and on your own, you can add those numbers up. So when I do, we should get $45.30. That's their sum, okay? Now the question doesn't ask for the total. It says if they split the bill evenly, how much does each person have to pay? That means I'm dividing. Okay, so I would write that as like a fraction. I'm dividing by John and his 2 friends. So 3 people are paying. So what is that divided by 3? Okay, go ahead and divide that on your own. We should get $15.10. Each person has to pay $15.10. Alrighty, moving on to number 2. And if you need to pause it and write all that in or see how I did that again, you may rewind it or pause. Number 2 says, Brian is making dinner for his family. He needs 3½ cups of chopped potatoes and 2.75 cups of carrots. If Brian has already put 3/5 of a cup of potatoes in, how much more potatoes does he need to add to the mixture? Okay, so I've underlined potatoes here because they gave you some information about carrots. But does the question even ask anything about carrots? No. So I'm just going to cross that out because that is not important information. We know he needs 3½. So 3½ would really be like 3.5, right? Because a half is 0.5. So let's just write it in decimal form. He needs 3½ cups of chopped potatoes. And he's already put in 3/5 of a cup. Well, what's 3/5? 3/5 is equal to 0.6. Okay, so we've got 3/5, so we've got 0.6. He's already put 0.6 in, so how much more does he need? That means we're subtracting to figure out how much more if he's already put that 0.6 in. So you can subtract 3.5 and 0.6. We should get 2.9 more cups of potatoes that he has to put in. Okay, again, if you need to pause it, you can. I would recommend definitely finishing up with that problem before you move on to number 3, because number 3 is quite a long problem. All right, number 3. Anaya is buying party favors for the goodie bags at her brother's birthday. How much will she owe if she needs 10 of each item? So we see that there are the 3 items, yo-yo, airhead, and pencil. And in each box, there are 5 yo-yos, okay? But she doesn't need 5 yo-yos, she needs 10 yo-yos. So I want us to look over here and ask ourselves, how many boxes do we need to get 10 items? Well, if one box has 5, another box would have 5, that's 10. So I would need 2 boxes. How many boxes would I need for my airheads? Well, there's 10 in each box, and I only need 10 airheads. So I just need, I don't need 10 boxes because that would be 100. I need 1 box. And then there's pencils. Okay, so we have 2 pencils per box. So I'm just going to draw this out. You don't need to. So I have 2. So I've got, in my first box of pencils, I've got 2. In my second box, I've got 2. In my third box, I've got 2. Fourth box, I have 2. So let's see how much that is. 2, 4, 6, 8. So I need 2 more, and that's 10. So I need 1 box, 2 box, 3 box, 4 box, 5 boxes to get to 10 pencils. Okay, so that's your first thing, figuring out how many of each box you need. Now, if I need 2 boxes of the yo-yos, I'm going to have to do 2 times the amount it costs for the yo-yos. So 2 times $3.25, 1 times $1.99, and 5 times $0.65. Okay, so we're really just multiplying these by the number of boxes we need. So let's see what that is. 2 times $3.25. 2 times $3.25 equals, we don't have much room there, so I'm going to write it down here, $6.50. Now, if we're asking for a grand total, we need to add that to, okay, well, what's $1? 1 times $1.99. That's still $1.99. Plus 5 times 65 cents gives me $3.25. So now we add that all up. So $6.50 plus $1.99 plus $3.25. And I should get $11.74 as my total. And that one's a tricky one, and you'll have one of these like these in your math class, but you won't have this nice little, excuse me, chart. So it might be helpful to build an extra, this extra part onto your chart in your math class. All right, number 4, Leslie rents a kayak at a nearby state park. She pays a flat rate. This word is very important. A flat rate means a one-time thing. You're not paying it more than once. You pay it one time to just rent the kayak. But then there's this plus, so that's plus, at $3.75 for each hour on the water. Okay, so we're paying a flat rate of $12.99. Okay, that's a one-time thing, plus $3.75. Now that's per hour. So I'm going to put a little h by it to note that we're saying $3.75 times the amount of hours that she is on the water. So h is really equal to the hours. Okay, well, do we know how many hours she's on the river? Yeah, it says it right here, 4.5. Okay, so we've got to end up $12.99 plus $3.75 for how many hours? Let's go ahead and put that amount in. Well, she's on the river for 4.5 hours. So I'm going to multiply my amount that she pays per hour times the amount of hours. And that will give me 16, it gives me 16.875, but we need to round to the nearest decimal place. So instead of 875, we're going to round up because the 5 bumps up the 7 to an 8. So $16.88 plus the $12.99. So what is $12.99 plus $16.88? She will owe $29.87. Again, the flat fee is that one-time thing, plus $3.75 per hour. So 1 hour would be $3.75. 2 hours would have been $7.50. 3 hours would have been $11.25. But she goes for 4.5, so you have to multiply by 4.5. Again, feel free to pause that video if you need. Okay, we got 3 more. So, number 5, Vivian ordered from the menu below. She bought a medium milkshake. I'm going to circle those things. Medium milkshake, chicken sandwich, and a small fry. And it says, how much change did she get from $20? Okay, well, before we can figure out how much change, we have to know how much total she paid. So let's add them up. $6.25, $2.45, and $3.65. Okay, go ahead and add those up on your own calculator. We should get $12.35. Now, to figure out how much change she's getting, we're going to do the $20 minus the $12.35. And once you do that, you should get $7.65 as her change. And finally, to close things off, we've got number 7 and 8. This should be a review from last week. So 10 to the negative 4 is a power of 10. It doesn't mean a negative number. It means a decimal between 0 and 1. So for decimal form, I'm going to start with 1. I'm going to move once. Oops. Once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. And fill in my zeros, so it should be 0.0001. That's for the decimal form. Fraction form, remember we put it under 1, and we make that exponent positive. You could also write it like this. Okay. And lastly, find or model the absolute value of negative 24 divided by 6. So first we actually have to divide that. 24 divided by 6 is negative 4. So what's the absolute value of negative 4? Well, we start at negative 4, and the definition of absolute value is the distance the number is from 0. So it is 4 away from 0. All right. So that is it for guided notes. What I want you to do is flip your page over, and you're going to do the questions that are very, very, very similar on the back, okay? There is an answer bank for 1 through 5. 6 and 7 are just review, okay? So please, please take your time. Use the front as a resource. These are hard questions, but I know you can do it. You have to make sure you're reading and focused and underlining important words and using your resources. Also, you may ask questions of me. Okay, thank you so much. Good job.